Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Rasbihari Radha Rasbihari Radhi, Jaya Sita Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman, Sita Ram Bhakta Hanuman, Jaya Bala Gopal, Bala Gopal, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadra Madhva Sudarshana, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Gurudev Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah, can proceed.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayet. Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavatirmuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati nashtike. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sahajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvatam Sha Namavo Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshu Tarine Namavo Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daityaya Kripabdhaye Krishna Sambandava Jnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojjal Premadha Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harane Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaur Shakti Swarupaya Rupanukavarayate Gauraviprabha Bhumistam Nirdishta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha. Vancha Kalpataro Visha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namah Panchatattva Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surata Pangor Mama Mandha Matirgati Matsarvasva Padam Sohano Davyatrandaranya Kalpadrumada Srivat Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimat Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshali Vihi Sevyamano Tatami Shriman Radha Patatstita गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तुने तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनीश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे discuss 1 to 23. So, Prabhu, shall I read 21 and 22 together?
Yeah. 21, 22 together. No? So you can read both.
Arjuna Uvacha Senayo Navadeta Niriksheham Yodukaman Airmaya Sahayodam Asmin Ranasamudhyame Arjuna Uvacha Senayo रथं स्थापयामीच्युता यावदेतां निरीक्षेऽहं योगकामानतान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् अर्जुन उवाच मध्ये रथं स्थापयामीच्युता यावदेतान् निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे. Hare Krishna.
Okay, right, Hare Krishna. Okay, Shalini, you can read both the verses. Right.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arjuna Uvacha Senayorubayormadhye Radham Stapaya Me Achyuta Yadeva
Ratham Sthapayatum Ratham Sthapayame actually correct.
Yavade Detan Niriksheham Yahadetan Niriksheham Yodukamanavstitan Kairmaya Saha Yodavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame.
Okay, you have to read, practice it more. Okay, before coming to class, better read the verses because we are giving the notification, isn't it? We're giving the schedule before, 1 week before. So it's better for you to read the verses before coming to class, so it's more easier for you to recite. Anyway, you sang that Kirtan very well, Shalini. It's really appreciable. Very nice surrendering. Good voice, good control, everything must say. Read, you learn the Hare Krishna chanting also. That will be perfect. Okay. Right. Well done. Parvati, you know, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Senayorubayormadhye ratam stapayamechyuta yavadetan niriksheham yodukamanavestitan kairmaya sahayodavyam asmin jana samudhyame.
Okay, right. Chandra. Chandra, yes, right. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
(21 and 22). 21 and 22.
Arjuna Uvacha Senayorubayormadhye Radham Stapayamechyuta Yadavat Etan Niriksheham Yudokamanavastitah Kairmaha Saha Yodhavyam
योधव्यम कैर्मया सह योधव्यम
कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे हरे
right
कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna Ajisha yes right
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
yes you can read 21 and 22
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Senayorubayormadhye Radam Sthabhayame Achyuta Yavadeda Niriksheham Yodukamanavastidan Karmaya Saha Yodavemasmin
Yodavyam
Ranasamudeve
Kairmaya Saha Yodavyam
कर्णया सूतगा
Karmaya Saha Yodavemasmin Ranamasamudyamame.
no you have to split it Kairmaya Saha Yodavyam Asmin Rana Samudyame
Karmaya Saha Yodavyam
Yodavyam
Yodavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame.
yes right your daughter wants to recite she can recite and she'll help you another will help you
Little
another will
more.
help her no she will let her try another will help her
Hare Krishna. Arjuna
Ammo. Wow. 5 years old, Prabhu.
okay right we'll wait for one more year there's one Prasanna Mataji she wants to read
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युता यावदेदानिरीक्षेऽहं योधुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योधव्यमस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे
right
Yes, Kevin.
Your favorite K-pop band.
right Banamani sorry it's Banamani only right
Prabhu, so can I just start the next
yeah
number?
I can read 23
Sorry,
the
Prabhu.
translation you can read the translation I don't think anybody is having the English book
Okay, Prabhu.
Shani you having an English book Shani I think he's having no I remember sending both English as well as Malayalam isn't it you having English no
Yes.
yeah you can read the translation then.
Arjunan said, "Oh, infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see who is present here.
Those present I may see those present here
Who is present here?
no. Oh, right. Okay. Right. You have Macmillan. No, Macmillan's like that. Right.
Present here. Who is desirous of fighting and with whom I must contend in this great battle attempt." Hare Krishna.
Okay. Right. Good.
Now verse 23. योचमानानवीक्षेऽहं यत् समागता धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युधे प्रियचिकीर्षवा योत्समानानवीक्षेऽहं यतेतेऽत्र समागता धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युधे प्रियचिकीर्षवः योत्समानानवीक्षेऽहं यतेतेऽत्र समागतः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युद्धे
युद्धे प्रिय चिकीर्षवाम्
युद्धे प्रियति केशव. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Chandra.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yotyamane vake.
Yotyamanan.
Yotyamanan.
Aveksheham.
Aveksheham ya etetat.
Etetra.
Etetra samagataha. Dhartarashtrasya durbuddhir yuddhe priyachikirshavaha. Priyachikirshavaha.
Chandra, this is the second round. You are attending the second round. This is not enough.
Sorry for
Okay.
now.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Okay, you have to work a little more harder. The first round you have completed. Okay, if you are stumbling like this, if you are in the first round, one can understand. But now this is the second round. It should be more legible. Okay.
Next time I will do.
Right. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, Shalini.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yosyamanana vesheham yade ya ede tra samagaha magataha samagataha datarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priyachikirshavaha.
Priyachikirshavaha.
Chigirshavaha. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Samagadaha. Ya edetra samagadaha.
Ya ede samagadaha.
Edetra samagadaha.
Ya edetra samagaha.
Samagadaha. Samagaha nahi. Samagadaha.
Samagataha.
Gadaha. Right. Hare Krishna. You want to read? Hare Krishna. Nice. Smart. Okay, Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yotyamanana veksheham ya etotra samagataha.
Etetra.
Ya etetra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priyachikirshavaha.
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 Right. Ajisha. Ajisha Mataji. Okay, Ramya Mataji. Ramya Mataji, can you hear me? Another, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, you are audible.
But then nobody is responding. Ramya Mataji, okay, she has left. Ajisha is not there. Some problem.
Net issue hai.
Net
Prabhu.
issue. Okay, right. Okay, you can read. Ramya Mataji can read. You can read the verse.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Right.
Prabhu, I have to read. Let me see those
23.
purports, Prabhu.
Not purport, verse only.
Yotyam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yotyamanana veksheham yaede yatra samagadaha dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priyachikirshavaha. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. Mali.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu slogan
Hare 23.
सुदेवाय ॐ नमो वसुदेवाय योत्सुमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एते अत्र समागता धातराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे चिकीर्षवा हरे Krishna.
Right. Prasanna Mataji.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एते अत्र समागता धातराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवा.
Right. Okay, Chandra, you can read the translation.
Okay, Prabhu. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra.
Okay, right. Okay, Another, if you want to read the purport, you can read that also, or again, you can straight away go to class.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll just read out. The
You can read
purport is
both the purport then. 21, 22 also.
verse 21 and 22 purport. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he was engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. As a charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishikesha, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees, assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of orders. Since he is master, everyone is under his orders and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, transcendental pleasure, although he is infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who the leading persons present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. Purport of verse 23. It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of
Usurp.
if there is a spelling mistake, okay. Usurp the kingdom of the Pandavas by evil plans in collaboration with his father Dhritarashtra. Therefore, all the persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. Arjuna wanted to see them on the battlefield before the fight was begun, just to learn who they were. But he had no intention of proposing peace negotiations with them. It was also a fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face, although he was quite confident of victory because Krishna was sitting by his side. So, Hare Krishna. So, already, as we have read the purpose, everything is explained there by Srila Prabhupada in that. So, now let's see verse 21 and 22. O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Since we know here Krishna is the charioteer of Arjuna, so Arjuna is asking Krishna. Actually, he is instructing Krishna. Arjuna is instructing Krishna. Senayor bhayor madhye ratam stapayam echyuta. So here he has used the word achyuta, which is a very significant word here. So I think Chandra can say the meaning or the word achyuta.
Without distraction.
Is the okay without restriction is not that correct, but still is there anyone who can answer? Parayo Chandra, you can just say
Without fall down.
without fall down. Means it's like without any mistakes, like a person error free, we can say. So he whom is he describing as Achyuta?
Arjun.
No, calling someone with the name Achyuta. To whom he is he calling? Actually, is it Arjuna?
No, Krishna.
Yes. Arjuna is calling Krishna in the name Achyuta. So the supreme, right? Krishna itself is Achyuta here. So an error-free person. In short, if we just say error-free person, so he is specially referring him as infallible. In perfect and in word by word meaning also you can get the meaning of the word Achyuta. And he is instructing Krishna that please draw the chariot in between the two armies. So he is asking to draw the chariot in between the two armies. So see, just like a devotee or a friend who is ordering Krishna. Actually, Krishna is supreme. And can we think that, okay, Krishna, yeah, just come here, do this for me? Can we think of doing saying so to Krishna? Can we think that?
No.
Always we have a deep respect towards him, a reverence, right? We generally people do understand in the concept of taking Lord as they will just go in front of the deity and have their hands joined with a great respect and with reverence. But here Arjuna is ordering Krishna to bring the chariot in between the armies. So in coming verses we can see that here Arjuna is instructing Lord, and Krishna is not saying that, okay, you're just ordering me that I'm such a great person, I'm the supreme personality of Godhead, and I can't just do that. He's not saying so. Krishna is accepting whatever Arjuna has asked to do, and happily he is executing the order of Arjuna. In coming verses we can see that. So, in fact, Krishna is enjoying taking the order of his devotees here. Rather than ordering back to devotees, actually, he just by following the orders of Arjuna, Krishna is not becoming someone small, or not Arjuna is. It's not like Arjuna is becoming greater here. His position is greater than Krishna. It's nothing like that. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is. Everyone is under him. He is the subordinate. But Krishna enjoys doing so. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that even the wind which is blowing everywhere is out of the fear of Supreme Lord. Similarly, not only the wind, even the Agni Dev is able to burn out with out of the fear of the Supreme Lord. Similarly, the sun, which is giving light, even it's out of the fear to of the Supreme Lord. And even Lord Indra is giving us the rain seasonally and all out of the fear of the Supreme Lord. So it's already mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, and ultimately even the death goes around taking its toll out of the fear of Supreme Lord. So here, so everyone is subordinating and executing the orders of the Supreme Lord. And also in Brahma Samveda, it's there, Yat Chakchureshu Saveda Sakalatyahana Raja Samasta Suramurti Asesha Teja Yasya Graha Brahmati Samrata Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Hope you might have heard this. It's from Brahma Samveda. So even there it said, the sun, who is considered to be the king of all planets. Sun is the king of all planets. Eve and sun is rotating in its orbit. Actually, in science, we might have learned that sun is stands in its own position, in a fixed position. We might have learned it does not move to any place. But already in Vedas, it's explained that the sun is also rotating in its own orbit, and with it's with the obedience to the Supreme Lord. And fear and obedience, with the fear and obedience. But here Supreme Lord is in great delight. He takes it with a great pleasure when devotees are instructing him to do something. It's not like, okay, I'm Supreme Personality of Godhead, I will not do this. Otherwise, Krishna wouldn't have opted to be the charioteer of Arjuna. So, and another example which we can say of Mata Yashoda, when she used to rebuke Krishna, Krishna used to relish it much more and more. He used to enjoy that. Even when Mata Yashoda used to just beat him, all those pastimes, right? He used to enjoy those. And even when yogis, Vaishnavas, we all do worship him out of reverence, with offering him prayers and with folded hands standing in front of him. That might please him. It's not that it's not pleasing him, but much more comparingly, if we take, he is enjoying when devotees are instructing him or asking him something to do, and he is enjoying much more. He's enjoying that much more. So actually, Srila Prabhupada is giving a very correct, apt example for this. The ministers were actually waiting to meet the president. So president of the country. So see, important people have come to meet him. Ministers have come. They are important, and even they have come to meet whom? The president of a country. So even he's a very important person, right? So when the ministers came, they were asked to wait. Since the secretary came and told that he's busy inside, a meeting is going on, so he's busy presently, so you can't just meet him now. The secretary came and said, and as it was mentioned that it was a very important meeting going on inside. The ministers waited there for 1 hour. They were like totally like fully thaka, like already totally they were sitting. And so later on, they thought that such an important meeting, which is long for 1 hour and more than that. So they thought that let's peep in and see what's happening there inside. So when they opened the door slightly and saw, when they took a look, they found that president was on the floor with his arms on the floor, like small babies do crawl, right? We have seen. So he was crawling like that with his grandson on his back, riding like a horse. When we were kids, even we used to do that, right? So he was that grandchild was riding behind his grandfather. See, just when the president came to know that the ministers have come to meet him, still it was actually, if we see such a meeting through our eyes, we might feel that important meeting is with the ministers, right? Not with the grandchild, not playing with the grandchild. But here he was giving much more importance to his grandson, and he was loving playing with his that child, and like just think to become a horse and playing like that. So similarly, as we take this example, similarly, Lord. So even Lord, he is the object of prayer and reverence. Even the demigods, even the greatest of demigods, do pray in front of him and consider him as supreme. Yet he takes much more delight in executing the order of the devotees. So here Arjuna is instructing Krishna with the intention. Actually, his intention is to see, to estimate the strength of his enemies who are there on the opposite side. So, and yeah, and as mentioned in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, Arjuna knew there was no question of any peace. No question of any peace, because a number of times they had tried a lot for the negotiation of peace, but all those were failed. Even Krishna had personally gone to negotiate for the peace, but they were not ready. The Kauravas were not ready. The Duryodhana had turned down that proposal for the peace. So at last, they had to meet in the battlefield. So that's what is happening in verse 21 and 22, and even in 23. Let me see who have come here. So Arjuna wanted to see who all were there in the opposite side for fighting, wishing to please the evil-minded son of sorry. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of the Dhritarashtra. Okay, so he wanted to see who are there in the opposite side. So actually, it was that's why he just asked Krishna to just draw the chariot in between both the armies. So actually, it was a great, huge assembly. Actually, a very great war where whole world was actually participating there. It was literally a very huge means the king across the globe were present there, taking like some went in the Pandava's side or in Kaurava's side. Nobody was left back. It was means that was such a great war happening there. And so Arjuna wanted to see what who were all there in the opposite side. So that's what in these three slokas which we have, Prabhu, that's all.
Okay, right. That's okay. Another small verses, so not much to explain. You've done pretty well. Good example about president, and of course, how Krishna controls everyone, how all those demigods are very afraid of Krishna. And there is in Upanishads also such verses are there. You'll find in verse 6 of 9th chapter. Same thing. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions that. Okay, right? Children, we have anything to ask? Any discussion? Any clarification? We want to share something? Anything to share? Chandra is not there. Okay. Okay, Lakshmi Durga. Any sharing?
Oh,
Oh, you don't have. Okay, right. So, they. Okay, Lakshmi Durga, you can read. Yeah, Narasimha can kirtan. Narasimha kirtan can sing.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladalagadayine Hiranyakashi Purvanaha Shiladam Nakhalaye Ito Narsimha Parado Narsimha Yeto Yami Tato Narsimha Nahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Matim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kala Kamalavare Naga Albuda Shringa Galida Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa केशवधृता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश जगदीश हरे जयो नरसिंह जय जयो नरसिंह जय जयो नरसिंह जय जयो नरसिंह जयो नरहरि जयो नरहरि जयो नरहरि जयो नरहरि जयो विघ्न विनाशन जयो नरसिंह जय विघ्न विनाशन जयो नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो भक्ता प्रहलाद जयो भक्ता प्रहलाद जयो भक्ता प्रहलाद जयो भक्ता प्रहलाद निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद 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 उग्रं वीरं
महाविष्णुं
मुगं
नरसिंहं विष्णुं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं
सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं
विष्णुं
नमाम्यहम् महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं विष्णुं श्रीनरसिंह जय जय श्री नरसिंह प्रहलादेश
जय पद्ममुख पद्मभृङ्गा
नरसिंह जय जय श्री नरसिंह
प्रहलादेश जय पद्ममुख पद्मभृङ्ग श्री नरसिंह जय जय श्री नरसिंह प्रहलादेश जय पद्ममुख पद्मभृङ्ग शुद्ध भक्ति विघ्ननाश ऋषभ नरसिंह देव भगवान की वैष्णव भक्त श्रेष्ठ बड़ा महाराज की Gop Premanande. So tomorrow we're going to join session. Tomorrow class is there, same time, 8 o'clock. We will combine with the elders class. So language will be Malayalam only, not English. Right. So all should attend. Thank you. Vancha kalpadruvescha. Ananda Kodi Vaishnavada ki. Ramacharya Das Thakur ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande.